penalty for traffic offenders. Stakeholders discuss pressing issues relating to water resource management. NLC to embark on 2-day warning strike over subsidy removal. 4 astronauts returned home to U.S., Florida after 6 months at International Space Station. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of Koibo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. Details of the news. I am Friska Wongo. Good evening once more. The governor of Anambra State, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, has announced a drastic reduction in the fine payable by traffic offenders to 5,000 naira only, starting from the 5th of September 2023. The governor made the announcements during his quarterly chat in the Anambra Broadcasting Service. Government House correspondent Valentine Badha takes the story from here.
The announcement while responding to issues regarding the activities of Anambra State Road Traffic Management Agency and noted that the agency is designed for law and order on Anambra roads. He said that the new fine is to ease the challenges people face pending when all the roads are completely marked to enable road users know exactly what is obtainable and the punishment involved. He noted that the official amount for each offense and the payment system will be made public at the time to avoid unlawful extortion of motorists and warned against paying cash to anyone. He also said that the system will ensure zero tolerance for bribery and warned that any officer caught will be seriously dealt with. Governor Soludo emphasized that government is about making life seamless for the people and not otherwise, and promised adequate training and retraining of officers for effective service delivery. The governor, who noted that he has the knowledge that people pay different amounts as fines depending on the offense committed, noted that the flat rate of 5,000 naira will help reduce misunderstanding and advised on the Anambra to always be law-abiding and commended the men of Anambra State Traffic Management Agency for their commitment towards ensuring free flow of traffic on Anambra roads.
One abuse. It is that abuse that gets attention. We are going to mark all the streets, all the places, and even this arrow negose the direction in Aga forward. Koga the other side, one way. If we are na the arrow na face, we man oza, and for now and until I mark say all those things, which we're going to do, we're going to declare a state of emergency to mark all these places in the traffic in Adeva within the next 3 months. No person, no offender or so from tomorrow should be charged more than 5,000. I understand that they're charging 30,000, 50,000.
And away from that, in a concerted effort to address the challenges and tap the opportunities within the water resources sector, the National Water Resource Capacity Building Network Southeast Center, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Water Resources, has organized a sensitization meeting. During the event, key stakeholders, including Anambra, Imo, Enugu, and Abia State Commissioners for Water Resources, governmental bodies, non-governmental organizations, and the academia, converged to discuss pressing issues related to water resource management. Onyinye Agubeze was there and brought back this report.
To remark, the Anambra State Commissioner of Power and Water Resources, Mr. Julius Chukwuemeka, commended the progress made by the growing commitment towards ensuring water security for present and future generations by the center, as he reiterated the government's commitment to supporting initiatives that enhance water resource sustainability. He emphasized the need for continued collaboration between all relevant sectors in the Southeast to address water-related challenges comprehensively.
Very qualitative one. I believe if the entire Southeast will key into the programs the center has for the Southeast, I believe one will have will get issue of institutionalizing water resources in the southeast.
In his opening remarks, the Director, National Water Resource Capacity Building Network Southeast Center, Dr. Ima Ezenwaji, said the meeting was to underscore the importance of providing enough capacity for sector operators aimed at achieving Sustainable Development Goals 6, 1 and 2 by 2030 and adopting integrated and innovative approaches to effectively manage water resources.
Each state is now given the empowerment, so to say, to go and audit whatever water problems they have and bring up, so that we as a research institution, this is an university, we can now begin to look at each and every one of them and see how we can help the states.
In addition, the Deputy Director, National Water Resource Capacity Building Network Southeast, Professor Norbert Ajegwu, said the center is doing well as he noted few programs lined up, such as short courses that will commence on the 21st September 2023. Southeast Regional Water Conference slated for October 11th to 13th as part of efforts aimed at ensuring that the water, sanitation and hygiene sector operators in the Southeast is properly sustained. In Oka, I am Onyinye Agubeze reporting for ABS News.
Ajali community in Orumba North local government area recorded a remarkable milestone in the ancestral and contemporary history of the town by the joyous reception given to the new traditional ruler, Eze Augustine Wangu, to be known as Eze or Hazurime the Seventh. The event, which culminated into the 2023 Otute Ajali Festival, attracted members of the 4 villages that make up Ajali community, political appointees, as well as friends and well-wishers. Queen Anibogo takes the story from here.
The event began with the people of the community receiving Ezenwangu at Umueve village with the cultural organ music, after which they accompanied him to pay homage to each of the 4 villages. Later, Ezenwangu, alongside members of the community, converged on Obiti, Oji, dancing to Ikolo music, where the Vice President General, Mazi Raphael Nwankwo, on behalf of Ajali Welfare Union, received the new traditional ruler into their fold as their tradition demands. In his traditional greetings after the breaking of kola nut, Ezenwangu thanked God, their ancestors, and entire Ajali community for their coming together after many years of some disagreements, and noted that peaceful kingship and renewed commitment towards greater development have returned to Ajali. He thanked Governor Chukwuma Soludo for the government's recognition and certification of his position and responsibilities as the Eze, the 7th of Ajali. Ezenwangu affirmed that the community can no longer waste productive resources on litigations and squabbles, and appealed to everyone to remember that they need to live together as one people, as their forefathers did. For the administrative advisor to the Eze, Dr. Chika Eni, Ajali has been without a traditional ruler for over 18 years, and noted that with the ascension of Ezenwangu to the throne, Ezeship in Ajali has now been defined. In his remarks, the member representing Orumba North in the Anambra State House of Assembly, Honorable Paul Obo, the event is a wonderful day for Ajali community home and abroad, as they have brought peace back home, and called on aggrieved members of the community to sheath their swords and come together to support the new traditional ruler. The Transition Committee Chairman of Orumba North Council Area, Mr. Ogochukwu Ekweme, congratulated the new traditional ruler and urged other communities in the council area to tow the path of dialogue and peace in resolving communal issues, even as he said that peace engenders progress and development. The double celebration featured cutting of new yam by Ezenwangu, chanting by the leader of Umada Ajali, Deaconess Ihuoma Okoli, which charged the atmosphere, depicting the joyous hearts of Ndajali, cultural dances masquerade display, among others. Queen Anibogo, ABS News.
The Vice-Chancellor of Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, Professor Charles Esimone, has described entrepreneurship studies as necessary in lifting people out of poverty and, of course, the nation. Speaking at a maiden alumni inauguration and inductions of fellows of Institute of Professional Entrepreneurs and Strategic Administrators, Professor Esimone, who was represented by Professor J.C. Odibo from Bank of Industries, solicited support of privileged members of the society to help expose younger ones in the Department of Entrepreneurship Studies to various spheres of human endeavors in order to become self-reliant. Details of the story from here.
Speaking after he was inaugurated as a Board of Trustee member of the department, the former Afghan National Chairman, Chief Victor Oye, commended the idea behind the introduction of entrepreneurship studies in the universities, saying that it will make the younger ones in the department think not just about the normal white-collar job, but how to be employers of labor, and pledged his unalloyed support to the department.
Every sphere of human life has one content of entrepreneurship or another. So that's why I've accepted this offer. We're going to encourage the students. By the time they leave the institution, they're already self-made.
In an address, the head of Department Entrepreneurship Studies, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, Professor Clementina Abuono, said the theme of the event, repositioning entrepreneurship for sustainable development, is appropriate as the country is in the most critical and challenging time in her polity. She noted that globally, entrepreneurship has been adjusted as driver of sustainable economic development. In a keynote paper presentation, Professor Olusegun Shogbesan said that entrepreneurship is the solution to human problems as it cuts across all spheres of human endeavors. He appealed to the National University Commission (NUC) to make entrepreneurship studies a compulsory course, adding that the essence of going to the university is for one to be able to apply what he or she learned in order to become a better person in the society. Also in an address, the Entrepreneurship Alumni President, Comrade Chiagozie Urezu, noted the need to harness the power of entrepreneurship for sustainable and inclusive growth in today's dynamic world. He commended the partnership between the Department of Entrepreneurship Studies and Institute of Professional Entrepreneurs and Strategic Administrators, and noted their commitment to equip students with the knowledge, skill, and mindset necessary to overcome challenges. The event featured inauguration of Entrepreneurship Studies Department Alumni Association, members of Board of Trustees, award presentations, among others.
Ekulobia, situated in Aguata local government area, radiated with a profound sense of heritage and unity over the weekend as the community gathered at its township stadium to mark this year's New Yam Festival. The occasion was significant as it symbolized peace and unity after more than a decade of crisis in the community. Again, Emmanuel Chibata is our guide.
The event was a captivating blend of elegance, cultural richness, and traditions, where sons and daughters of the community showcased their deep connection to their roots. The festival serves as a moment to express gratitude to God for a bountiful harvest and to showcase the importance of yam in the community's sustenance, while it highlights the rich cultural heritage of the Igbo people. Amidst colorful decorations and the rhythmic beats of traditional drums, the festival commenced with a procession featuring the traditional ruler Igwe Emmanuel Onyeneke, along with his cabinet chiefs and elders, all resplendent in their elaborate traditional regalia as they warmly greeted the audience. During the ceremony, Igwe Onyeneke, who led prayers and bestowed blessings for a fruitful harvest season, emphasized the importance of unity, forgiveness, and community development, calling upon all members to join hands for the betterment of the community. Igwe Onyeneke expressed his gratitude to Governor Chukwuma Soludo for his efforts in restoring peace to the community and urged everyone to work together for its progress. The President General of the town, Chief Azubike Ezechukwu, highlighted the significance of this year's New Yam Festival, emphasizing that it marks a momentous return after over a decade of absence in Ekulobia, describing it as an occasion to celebrate brotherhood and the restoration of peace in the town. Key community figures, including Chief Titus Anabogo and Nze Pius Okafor, along with Mr. Sunday Okeke, chairman of the planning committee, expressed their enthusiasm for the event, seeing it as a valuable contribution to fostering brotherhood, while extending gratitude to Governor Soludo for his developmental efforts in Ekulobia.
The significance of this one is that for about 10 years, we have not come together like this. That is why today's celebration is start Unity Ewaji.
We have been in crisis for years now, and we've come together, so everybody should embrace the peace, so we can move on to achieve our goal.
The event was graced by dignitaries such as the Catholic Bishop of Ekulobia, Peter Cardinal Opaleke, represented by the Vicar General of the Diocese, Very Reverend Father Anthony Chebuka, the member representing Agwatatu constituency at the State House of Assembly, Honorable Tony Mwabike, and industrialist Mr. Onyekachi Okafor, traditional rulers and attendees from diverse backgrounds. Parts of the festival's highlights were the displays of traditional dances and masquerade, showcasing the community's unique cultural expressions, as spectators were treated to captivating performances by skilled dancers and musicians, adding a vibrant and rhythmic ambience to the event. Emmanuel Chibata for ABS News.
Tomorrow's two-day nationwide warning strike, marshalled by the Nigerian Labour Congress, is third since the removal of fuel subsidy in June. Public schools, hospitals, seaports and airports, among other public institutions, have expressed readiness to mobilize workers to don their tools across the critical sectors. This is just as about 52 NLC affiliates across the country have stepped up mobilization for total shutdown, directing their members to commence withdrawal of services over the federal government's failure to establish essential structures to address sufferings and hardship in the country. Insisting that a warning strike would hold as scheduled without the drama of last-minute suspension, NLC President Joe Ajero said the strike was necessitated as a result of government's deliberate neglect and disregard to engage relevant stakeholders through the channel of social dialogue. They said this was to dissuade the government from intimidatory tendencies towards the unions, as well as put measures in place to stop the deterioration of the nation's economy and the masses suffering. A note was signed by the Secretary General of MWN, Erezwa Oniher, directed on members in the ports, jetties and terminals, as well as all oil and gas platforms nationwide to ensure active participation. 4 astronauts have returned home after a 6-month stay at the International Space Station, making a splashdown landing above their SpaceX Crew Dragon capsule off the coast of Florida on Monday. The astronauts, members of the Crew 6 mission, run jointly by NASA and SpaceX, departed the space station on Sunday at 7:05 ET. The crew spent the day aboard the 13-foot wide Crew Dragon vehicle as it maneuvered through Earth's orbit and toward its target, landing site off the coast of Jacksonville, Florida, where they landed after midnight ET. The Crew Dragon capsule was traveling at more than 70 miles per hour as it began the final leg of its descent. The spacecraft exterior heated up to about 3,500 degrees Fahrenheit, while it sliced back into the thickest part of Earth's atmosphere. Inside the spacecraft cabin, the passengers were protected by a heat shield, and the temperature should have stayed at comfortable temperatures well below 100 degrees Fahrenheit. The capsule then deployed sets of parachutes to further slow its descent. Rescue crews waiting near the splashdown sites are prepared to hold the spacecraft out of the ocean and onto a special boat called the Dragon's Nest, where final safety checks will take place before the crew can disembark. The organizers of SFFL Showtime Co-ed Flag Football League have said that the preseason training session tagged Showtime Sunday, currently going on at Middle Hall School, Alma Beach Estate, Elegushi, Lekki, Lagos, with 10 teams and over 50 men and women players, will create more awareness of the sport and also enable teams to prepare adequately for the main league season beginning on September 24. According to the commissioner of SFFL Showtime Co-ed Flag Football League, Adejimo Adebari, the pre-season training has attracted many participants with new talented players also undergoing screening to join teams in the league. Adebari said the SFFL Showtime Co-ed Flag Football League is a well-structured event that gives teams the opportunity to put their squads in the right order to have a highly attractive and a competitive season. The pre-season training pits teams against each other to discover lapses in their squads and adjust. The 10 teams in the league are Titans, Warriors, Dragons, LA Flags, Spartans, Mavericks, Raptors, Outlaws, Panthers, and Rebels. Remember, you can follow news and program on ABS in many parts of the world by liking our Facebook page. Follow at Edinburgh Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television, or follow on Twitter at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And to end the news this evening, a recap of the main points. Edinburgh State Governor has slashed penalty for traffic offenders. Stakeholders have discussed pressing issues relating to water resource management. NLC is set to embark on 2-day nationwide strike tomorrow over subsidy removal. 4 astronauts have returned home to U.S. state of Florida after 6 months at International Space Station. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Edinburgh state economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that is it of the evening news at this time on ABS Television. Thanks for watching. I am Priska Hongo. Good evening and have a wonderful night rest.